Welcome to the Popdown Podcast. Here with me today is Shamar. Romario's sick, unfortunately. And today we'll be talking about the Infinity War trailer and Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League.
So, Shamar, start us off.
About what?
About the Infinity War trailer.
Oh, it's pretty good. Of course, no one will die, as we always say. Of course, Iron Man is always at the forefront of everything.
It has to be. Robert Downey Jr. gets paid the most out of everyone.
We didn't see Captain Marvel, which was interesting.
She's not debuting in Infinity War. She's debuting in her own movie.
Wow, so then why did they announce her so early?
No. Build hype? I don't know.
How very unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was good. Thor has his new powers from his movie.
From Ragnarok.
So that should be interesting.
And a new look.
Which I'm digging.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't a fan of the long hair.
I love the long hair.
Every time I saw that, in my mind, I always said, L'Oreal. We didn't see that.
That joke has been made several times.
I don't care. That's all I ever saw when he was on screen.
Yeah.
It was good. Didn't show too much. Didn't show too little. A nice tease. It's actually coming next year. What, May?
Yeah, May the 4th.
Exactly. And that is pretty much
Star Wars thing. Yeah, apparently there's stuff not in that trailer that was in the Comic-Con trailer, so there's still more stuff to see later on.
Which I expected.
I guess. I thought we'd get the full Comic-Con trailer. I never saw the Comic-Con trailer because, unlike everyone else who was impatient, I didn't go look at the leaks. I wanted to see it in glorious HD. HD or no D is my
Who wants to see
saying.
A trailer in glorious HD?
I do.
I'd rather see the movie in glorious HD.
Well, that too. But I wanted to wait until it was done and the CG was, better.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah. But, why don't you think anyone is gonna die in the movie?
Because it's Marvel. No one dies. No one dies. I'm telling you that Quicksilver is not dead.
I'm sure he's dead.
I'm sure he's not dead. I'm sure he's gonna come back. We're all gonna be like, oh my god. Well, y'all will be like, oh my god. I'm like,
but then how would they bring him back? This isn't.
First, how did he die?
He was shot.
Yes, but the fastest man in the Marvel universe was shot.
Well, the way he died kind of didn't make any sense.
It still doesn't make any sense.
But
he was
the only way I could see him coming back is if, as the fans theorize at this point, Hela is used as a stand-in for death in the comics, and I don't know, maybe her. Well, we did see her powers in Thor Ragnarok were to bring back the dead, but how would she know about him, and why would she bring him back except to use him against Wanda, maybe? But
to sell toys.
All right, fair enough. I don't know what Taylor Johnson's schedule looks like.
I'm sure it's empty. Have you seen anything since then?
I feel like he's done films since then. I just can't remember what they are.
Okay, has he done notable films?
Did the 2014 Godzilla American reboot come out after Age of Ultron?
I think it came out before.
Actually, yes.
Right, so
because they were like
making jokes
around the same time, that they're brother and sister in Age of Ultron, and then their husband and wife in Godzilla. Yeah, they came out around the same time.
So there we go.
Yeah. I really feel like he's done other stuff since Age of Ultron and Godzilla, but I just can't think of it right now. I remember his wife directed the first 50 Shades of Grey movie.
Yeah, it's not talking about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear she's bringing out people more books?
ALG? Yeah. I know there was one that's supposed to be kind of like what Midnight Sun was supposed to be for Twilight, which is the first book, but from the perspective of Christian. I think her husband wrote that one, actually.
Griffin.
Yeah, this was terrible. Anyway, I think the person most likely to die, and I don't know, you never know, they might actually kill somebody, would be Captain America.
But then that would be too obvious because everyone knows who dies in comics.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't read the comics.
Okay, well now you do.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends on whose contract is going to be up soon. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will die. They'll probably find some way to get them to walk away from the whole thing, maybe. But I feel like Cat will die. I saw a theory that, and I saw this from what's the name of that channel now? I think Beyond the Trailer. I think Grace. Yeah. You know, she had a video about Captain America possibly dying, but like not really dying, because then it will be revealed that he's a Skrull. Right,
which is why I said will probably happen, because like I said, no one in Marvel actually really dies.
But I mean, what would be the point?
But we're still getting Captain Marvel, and those are
her movie is going to be between Infinity War and the Avengers.
Introduce her villains or her supposed villains in this movie.
But in Grace's video, she said that if it turns out that some of the Avengers die and then are revealed to be a Skrull, then her movie being in between Avengers 3 and Avengers 4 and being set in the 90s, so it's kind of like, I guess, a flashback, would be like the perfect way to explain how the Skrull got there and what their plan is and what they've been doing, whatever, and that the invasions are going on for a couple decades now.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just don't see the point of having that be a twist. It just feels really, really random.
There's a lot of things that's happening in the Marvel Universe that we didn't see the point of. Like, for example, the third Iron Man movie. Was there a point to that movie?
Well, it was supposed to be like Tony's emotional journey and recovery after the trauma of what happened in New York.
Is he not like still alcoholic?
No, I don't think so.
Or did they work that off?
No, I don't think he's still an alcoholic.
Okay. Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I hated that Mandarin twist. I really, really did.
Quicksilver dying was a waste
of an introduction of a character.
No, yeah. That was a waste. He died for no reason at all.
Pretty much, yeah.
Exactly. Not Hawkman.
Hawkeye.
Wrong universe. Scarlett Johansson and Bruce Banner.
Oh yes, their romance felt kind of forced in Age of Ultron. Well, yes, it was forced in Age of Ultron. I didn't mind it. The only problem I had with it was the whole scene with them after he got out of the shower and he's like, they're talking about them being monsters, and like him saying he can't give her like children and a family, and she's like, well, I can't have children anyway. Like, I feel like that didn't need the whole discussion about her having children and them having children and all that. It was like totally unnecessary. Like, just because she's a woman doesn't mean she wants children, and you don't need to explain away her not having children with her being sterilized against her will. Like, why can't she just not want children?
I think he more said that because he was saying that since he himself is a monster, it would make no sense for him to give her, children. And not give her children in the sense that that's all she's good for, but more in
But where did she ever give him the impression that that was what she wanted? I mean, come on, Bruce is being really presumptive.
But if they're together and then again, married.
Who says she wants that?
Yeah, but that's what they usually want. I'm sure that's what he wants technically, but he's saying he's a monster. So.
Oh, okay. Well, when you kind of explain it from that perspective, it's like what he wants is not necessarily assuming that's what she wants, but that's what he wants, and he knows he can't have it.
There we go.
Okay, but I was so hyped after this trailer. I've been waiting for this trailer since the Comic-Con reveal. It did not disappoint. I was so hyped. It made me more excited for Black Panther. So much more excited for Black Panther, just because I want to see, like I said in my post on the website about the things I liked and hated. Well, hate is a strong word. I didn't necessarily hate them. They were just like, about the trailer. Was that Black Panther will be the movie where you see T'Challa become the leader that he seems to be in Infinity War, and Infinity War you can see him be the leader king.
T'Challa is Black Panther.
He is? He's sexy though. He'll say it.
Okay, right. I was already excited for the Black Panther movie, so very to me I said that movie. But I was glad that this seems that the last battle or whatever is taking place in I'm glad for that.
I actually didn't consider that would be like the final final fight because you don't see Thanos there.
But Scarlet was there. And why else would she be there? Because at the end of the last movie, where was she? Was she not with Iron Man?
Yeah, but then he warned her about, the government coming after. So I'm assuming she was in hiding. Well, maybe she went into hiding in Wakanda with Steve.
We saw Hulk there, right? So that means Iron Man is also there, because in the same trailer we saw Iron Man and Hulk in basically the same setting. Do you not remember? Like when the Hulk
when they were with
was on the ground.
Oh yeah. When he.
So they're all there.
Yeah, I guess so, because what's his name?
And besides the vibranium is there, we all know that seems to be like the.
Well, yeah, and oh my gosh, what's his name again? Falcon and War Machine are there as well.
I don't know why War.
So yeah, that's probably where the final fight is going to take place, and that still fits in with the whole idea that Thanos and his forces are there to begin with, because the Soul Stone is in Black Panther. Well, not in Black Panther, in Wakanda. But I'm pretty sure that either the director or Kevin Feige, one of them, said before that there isn't going to be an Infinity Stone in the Black Panther movie. But at the same time, just because they won't feature an Infinity Stone in the movie doesn't mean that it's not in Wakanda.
Hey, it made a lot of sense if it was there.
Yeah, but that'd be like 2 Infinity Stones on Earth.
Yeah, but it still made sense.
Yeah.
In the grand scope of things, at least. After all these coincidences.
I hope they're going to why it's in Wakanda in the first place. I mean, I don't think they really explained. Well, in Guardians of the Galaxy, they explained where the Power Stone came from. I don't think they did that in like every single movie, but I'd like to know why it's in Wakanda.
Well, I'm sure we will find out in the Black Panther why it's there. Even if it's not stated, I'm sure it would allude to, some higher power being in Wakanda.
Maybe. And another thing from the whole Wakanda battle scene snippets we saw in the trailer. Like, the first time I saw the trailer, I was like, it'd be really weird if... Because Thanos is in New York. It'd be really weird if the U.S. Army doesn't get involved somehow, but Wakanda's army is fighting them. Like, he is in New York, and the U.S. Army is like,
It would be a nice change of pace.
It would be, but then I thought about it, and I think I wrote this in my post as well, that because Wakanda is so much more technologically advanced than everywhere else, then they would be able to handle themselves against an alien race that more than likely has superior technology. Anyway, but then another friend was I said that to a friend, and he said to me that because of, as you've seen in like Spider-Man Homecoming and like other films since Avengers, because there's alien technology on Earth, the time the Chitauri tried to invade New York, that, and also S.H.I.E.L.D. is a thing, and they had their weapons of vision, and then they had those like helicarriers from Winter Soldier. Right. To try to do the thing to predict crimes and eliminate threats before they kind of have more advanced technology even outside of Wakanda, just like in universe, like in the US. So it might, I don't know, they were explaining that Earth kind of has, as a whole, kind of has more advanced technology, but I still feel like the Wakanda's technology outpaces the technology that like S.H.I.E.L.D. would have had, or like by integrating the alien technology from like what the Chitauri left and all that.
Okay.
I know, but I think Wakanda is better prepared to handle an alien threat than the US would be.
What do you think of Thanos' look?
I do not like Thanos' look.
That's terrible.
At all.
Yes.
At all. Thank you, Jeremy Johns, for accurately describing that thing he had on as a wife beater. He does, in Jeremy's, I guess, review of the trailer, he said that Thanos looks like some country hick dude wearing a wife beater. And it's so true. And the first time I watched the trailer, I just could not put my fingers on what was so strange about the way he looked. And then I realized that, one, he is far less purple than he was the first time he appeared on screen at the end of the first Avengers. He was less purple in oh gosh, what was the one? Guardians of the Galaxy. His design changed between Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, and now here again with Avengers 3. I honestly prefer Thanos' look from the Avengers. The look in Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't bad. It's fine. But of the three, I prefer his look in the first Avengers film. I understand they're trying to make him look like Josh Brolin because it was a different actor in the first Avengers film.
Who was, to me, a better actor. He had the voice.
I like Josh Brolin's Thanos voice.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I generally just like Josh Brolin in general.
Did you see the other guy who was actually him in the first movie? Who was portraying Thanos in the first movie?
IRL?
Yeah.
No.
He's a black dude. He looks very much like Thanos.
No.
Like,
I need to know
the
that.
jawline and everything. The smile, everything. He's a black guy also.
Well, who knows why they replaced him, but he just doesn't look like the imposing world-conquering figure that Thanos is supposed to be. He's dressed down too much. He looks a little too casual. I like him in his full armor and everything. Like, he just looks like...
You know, or
maybe it's just a casual Tuesday for him. Like, hey, just go to this planet, blow shit up, get my Infinity Stones, roll out.
Do you know who he looks like?
Who?
He looks like Poe
Yeah.
from Bleach. That's exactly what he looks like. He looks terrible. But anyway.
I just don't like his look.
What?
I just don't like his look.
That's terrible.
I
see he's kicking Spider-Man's MCI.
That's one thing. And then, like, in the trailer that I didn't put in my list, and it's not so much like I dislike it, it's just like, I don't know what word I want, but like, Peter is like the youngest person in the Avengers. He's a child. Like, he might be one of the more powerful members of the group or whatever, but
not
like,
right now. He's in this thing.
Yeah, but like, why would they put him to
sell
fight Thanos?
Merchandise.
Like, why isn't he like dealing with the foot soldiers?
The
Yeah.
Because
They don't put Peter... Like, if Thanos doesn't kill him, Aunt May will.
No, and here's the thing, right? It's all sell merchandise, but that's not his name.
I don't know, I just don't like the idea of, like, baby Peter, like, going head-to-head with Thanos. Like...
With a literal war god.
Yes! And he's so much more inexperienced than the rest of them, unless between Spider-Man Homecoming and Avengers 3... No training? You don't think so?
No.
None? I guess. Like, everybody else. I mean, sure, he has superpowers, whatever. You're not going to put Hawkeye, or Black Widow, or Falcon, or War Machine, or maybe not even Cap.
Who the hell is going to call War Machine to do anything?
Exactly. You're not going to put them to fight Thanos head on. Like, they're really the only people on the Avengers team that I could see fighting Thanos head on and not dying instantly are Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Pretty much.
But Tony, he goes head to head with Tony, as you see in the trailer.
Which makes no sense.
I don't know. Well, Tony and the Hulkbuster, maybe, even though Thanos is more powerful than Hulk.
Rip that apart.
Oh well, yeah, I can see Hulk going up against Thanos.
Because Hulk is Hulk.
Yeah, because Hulk is Hulk. Although I don't think in the Marvel Cinematic Universe they have the thing where the angrier he gets, the more powerful he gets. That's the thing in the comics, right?
It is.
Right. So, I don't know, but Scarlet Witch, Vision, Hulk, only people I can see taking on Thanos and not dying just by getting flicked or something. Like, everybody else just handled the foot soldiers. Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the movie.
We will. But I mean, Peter, the baby,
Peter.
He should not be fighting Thanos.
Peter.
That's like the worst position to put him in. And speaking of Vision and Scarlet Witch, that was like the first thing on my list that I said I loved from the trailer, was that they're actually together now, which I've been waiting for it since Age of Ultron.
It didn't faze me.
Well, I've been waiting for it to happen just because I know it's the thing in the comics. I just wanted to see how their relationship would develop. You know?
I didn't really dig it in the Age of Ultron. Because the Age of Ultron, it felt more like he was trying to hold her down.
Well, there wasn't really any romantic political type thing going on with them in Age of Ultron. Like the thing of him saving her from the train while Sokovia was falling out of the sky. That wasn't like any romantic something, but I mean, you could take it as a romantic something. As just like a tease or something like that. But hey man, I squeed when he saved her from the train. I was like, oh my god, they're together in the comics. And I'm totally gonna take this as a romantic gesture, even though it totally isn't. Like, I ship Scarlet Witch and Vision so hard.
Sorry.
They're like the only people in the MCU that I ship. Actually,
I would ship Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Actually, I would ship Black Widow and Captain America.
I would not.
I would not ship. I thought their chemistry was so good in Winter Soldier.
It was good, but it didn't do any sense then. So I wouldn't ship that. Yeah,
they make very pretty children. They make a very pretty couple.
Too pretty.
But yeah, that ain't happening.
Are you digging Captain America's beard?
I love Captain America's beard.
He has joined the beard gang.
Bearded Captain America is so sexy.
I am proud of him.
And he looks like Big Boss.
He has joined us. Well, yeah, he does actually.
He looks very attractive with that beard. Like pretty much everyone from like the original, well not Bucky, but like the original Avengers have beards now. Well, Tony always had a beard. Now Cap has one. Thor has one. Or did Thor always have a beard? Did Thor always have a beard?
Did who?
Did Thor always have a beard?
No. Wait, no, he did. Yes, in the first movie he did. In his first movie, Thor, he had a beard and he shaved.
For the second one,
then he had a beard again.
Yeah. And now Bucky has a beard. And speaking of ships, Stucky. For all those girls who like their slash fiction, I never saw it in any of the movies.
Oh, you mean? Oh God.
Steve and Bucky.
No, I never saw it.
I never saw it.
There was no point.
I don't know. Apparently, well, some people interpret like their interactions and everything in the film
friends.
as queer baiting.
They're best friends.
As like the filmmakers purposely like jumping on that and like
they're best friends who fought alongside one another.
Yeah, I just never saw it. I don't know. I just know that like when I saw the Captain America Winter Soldier trailer and he had that long hair, that was like when I fell in love with Bucky. I didn't really care about Bucky in the first Captain America.
I don't think anyone cared.
But I cared about Bucky from Winter Soldier and the trailer and seeing him with that long hair and that amazing long hair. And all his series is better. So.
Anything else you want to say about this trailer?
No, not really. Not that I could think of other than, go on the website, read the post about what I loved and hated about the trailer. And there's a TLDR video version of it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'll put the links for all that in the description.
Okay.
So, now we talk about Justice League.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. You say that like you didn't enjoy the movie.
I did.
Uh-huh.
But I have to have a serious talk with Warner Brothers.
Why?
They did a team to know what they want.
You mean with Justice League or with the DCCU?
Everything, yes, with the whole universe. They don't know what they want.
I think when they first started, they knew, but with each movie and seeing how the public is reacting to it, they're kind of pivoting, trying to change course so that it's
what they should not do. Here's their problem.
I mean, they meant money, and they do have their hardcore fans who love the films regardless, as bad as a lot of them are.
The hardcore fans more want the films to be better and actually love the films themselves. The only film that has been relatively good was Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
People had their little icky problems or whatever, but generally speaking, audiences responded well to Wonder Woman. But everything else,
I would say that that's not necessarily
everything else would be questionable. So the first film I love is a strong word. I liked a lot.
Yeah, I didn't like Man of Steel at all.
The first film I liked a lot because I understood where they were going. They didn't have now come off like the whole Christopher Nolan trilogy.
Yep.
They knew that DC fans, let's be honest, that's what DC fans look for. DC fans are like Marvel fans. Marvel fans like, yeah, we saved the day, and oh, that's so cool. And blah.
DC fans love DC because it's darker.
It's
grittier.
darker. The storylines have meaning, have depth. The characters have multiple layers. That's what DC fans normally go for.
Yeah.
And I felt in the first Man of Steel, they were trying.
The only Man of Steel, really.
Oh yeah,
two hasn't happened yet.
That's actually true.
Remember when Batman versus Superman was supposed to be Man of Steel too, and then it wasn't?
But they panicked here and they won.
Yep.
Right, the first Man of Steel, I felt that they were trying to go for sort of the pseudo animated series feel. So they had a Superman who was clearly overpowered. They had characters around him who interacted with him, who for some reason they recognized he was Superman. And generally the story was cool. It wasn't fantastic. The part at the end, I know a lot of people didn't like the whole fact that he pretty much leveled the town. But to
the
me,
city.
The city. But to me, if you have an overpowered alien in the middle of a city, that is what's going to happen. I mean, let's be honest. I think most of us here have watched the DC animated series, right? Justice League. Every time they fought in the city, what happened? Buildings would topple.
Yeah.
It didn't really hit with us then because I guess it was animation. But that's literally what happened.
I kind of feel like people didn't really see that. Yeah, see that as a thing. Like cities getting destroyed during superhero fights until Man of Steel, because like in Man of Steel, I feel like in Man of Steel it's so much more than what people were used to seeing in cinemas up to that point. Like it was to like a whole nother level, and that's when people like became aware of that.
Even
kind
in
of
the animated series, when like say characters that weren't like gaudy level, like Batman or Robin or whatever, sometimes when they fought people, like buildings would topple because of who they were fighting.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, so I didn't really have a problem with the first movie, but it seems to me that Warner Brothers panicked because they want to please the DC fans, but they want to bring in other people, and the way they thought they would bring other people is to go more the Marvel route. So that's why we got Suicide Squad, which the first trailer is nothing like the trailer following that. The first trailer was gritty and everything. People were like, oh, it's so dull and blah, blah. And the next trailer, colors everywhere. Jokes everywhere. And it's like, and then we saw the movie, it was like, they weren't sure what team they wanted to go on.
Yeah. The tone was all over the place.
It was all over the place. DC needs a reckoning. It is clear from this Justice League movie, they need a reckoning.
They brought in, I can't remember the name of the dude.
Jeffrey
right
Johns?
now. Yes. To kind of be like they're Kevin Feige, to be the person whose creative vision is the one that like, you know, gives the universe a sort of cohesion, but that doesn't seem to be working out.
They need someone stronger than him. They need, quite frankly, they need Nolan again. That is my personal opinion. They need to go to Nolan right now and like say, okay, we're gonna give you $500 million, right? You're gonna be in charge of all these movies going forward. You know, you don't have to direct them all, you don't have to write them all, but every single script will pass his desk, and he has to read every single script with his normal producers or whatever, and he's gonna say, this works, this does not work. Because to me, they don't have a strong story guide there. Because watching Justice League, first, Warner Bros. Dictated that the movie must be 2 hours long. I don't know why.
No longer than 2 hours.
Right. And it's like, why?
Well, some people think that, you know, the longer a film is, the less choice it can have throughout the day at a cinema.
But that's ridiculous.
So like the shorter it is, the more choice it can have and the more money they make, which didn't, at least domestically, didn't work in their favor because the domestic box office was poor.
Did Warner Bros. Ever watch a series named, I don't know, Lord of the Rings? They did not see how long those movies were? Are they kidding me? That's ridiculous. Watching Justice League, I know we haven't really talked about this movie yet, but actually watching Justice League, you could tell so much was missing. Like, things just happened. I
couldn't tell.
I could tell. For example, there was a scene, spoiler alert, it was not really a spoiler, but there was a scene where Wonder Woman walked in on Batman, and she was wearing like this shawl over her.
Oh yeah, like where did that randomly come from?
And I was like, wait, in the scene before, she was just talking to them.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden she's wearing, but Why?
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but it was like more in terms of like, but why is she wearing this thing? Does she need to be wearing this right now?
And
like,
I felt that there was something in between there that would have explained why all of a sudden she is wearing that.
Maybe, yeah.
And there's other stuff that was like the whole scene with, again, spoiler alert, even though there is spoiler, Rachel Man comes back. That whole scene with him being revived, that was really fast.
Was it?
And it seems to me that they should have struggled more with that.
Actually, I think I saw somewhere, I can't remember where, that the way he was supposed to come back was different.
Yes, it was
originally.
Different. Yes, because spoiler for those who didn't see the Battle vs Superman, but in Battle vs Superman, he wasn't dead. He was just in stasis. That was the whole point. He was supposed to come back, but it wasn't supposed to, like, you literally reviving him from the dead.
Yeah.
He was just basically in the coma.
Okay, fair enough.
And in this movie, I didn't have a problem with them using the mother box to revive him.
I like the way they revived him. It made sense within the context of the film.
But it was really fast. And like when he came back, he didn't recognize anyone. And then they brought in Lois. And Lois was like, Clark. And then he was like, oh. And then he calmed down. I was like, get out of here. Ready?
I actually did not hate that. I mean, it was kind of weird that
it was very weird
that he recognized Bruce, but he didn't recognize Diana.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know Cyborg or Flash or Aquaman.
And
so it that would make sense. And I honestly don't understand why Cyborg's thing like automatically like attacked him, whatever. But like, you know, Diana, you fought next to Diana. I can understand his memory being a little foggy. I mean, the man was
because
dead.
as soon as he saw Lois, he was fine. He didn't think.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He didn't like. You didn't see him like trying to struggle with his memories, trying to figure out why he's feeling this way. He just stopped. That was it.
Yeah, but I can understand, like, you know, just waking up from being dead, not being, you know, like I said, his memory being foggy, and like he had an antagonistic relationship with Bruce and Batman versus Superman, so it makes sense that he would be antagonistic towards Bruce after waking up. But he didn't have that relationship with Diana, so why did he attack her?
Because reasons. But like I said, that is that.
The power of love, man, and the Lois can make him sane.
The whole story.
Well, before we move on, even saying that, like, for the first time, even though we've only seen their relationship in 2 movies, but like for the first time since Man of Steel, I actually believed their relationship. It felt real. It felt like they actually loved each other. Like, and the I guess spoilers. Like, at the scene after he came back and they went back to Smallville and he was at his family farm, like, I could feel it. I could see it, that these are two people who are in love and that she was like so happy that he was back and yada yada yada. Like, their relationship always felt forced to me. Like, their relationship came out of nowhere in Man of Steel.
Their relationship always felt weird.
It came out of nowhere in Man of Steel.
No matter where she is, he would dash around the world just to save her. Wouldn't save the other people, but would save her. But that
I just never bought their relationship.
It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, but you were saying.
The whole story, it didn't feel like a Justice League movie.
How so?
Steppenwolf, he wasn't that scary.
Oh yeah, he didn't really do anything, but
talk about his mother. I see this is a growing trend in these DC movies. Everyone's about their mother.
Oh, and speaking of, like, while I was watching it in the cinema and Superman, well, Clark, was attacking Bruce, I was like, just say Martha and he'll shut up. He'll calm down.
this running thing about mothers. But wait, question, who was his mother? This is
I don't know.
Yeah, because
what
the mother box is supposed to be for Darkseid.
Yeah.
So then whose mother?
I don't know what he was talking about. I really
That
don't.
was weird.
It was.
That was very weird.
It really was. But Steppenwolf, his only goal, the only thing he wanted to do was gather the mother boxes, put them together, and do whatever it was that they did. I can't even remember what it was.
But they never explained why.
Well,
to bring back what?
I don't know.
Exactly. They never really went into it.
Because I thought the mother boxes functioned as portals, but they didn't. So I thought going into the movie.
Another random scene I just remembered. Do you remember that scene where they were like they had to get to Russia or something?
Yeah.
Croatia, wherever they had to get to. And Cyborg said, they said it would take too long to get there. And Cyborg was like, I know a way to get there faster. Did he show them how? No, he didn't.
I don't think they did. That's probably something that got cut.
Right. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to do his whole mother box thing because, you know, that's all he was made. Mm-hmm. So I was assuming he himself was going to do a portal for them because, well, that's what he does in the comics and in the animated series. That's what he does. He makes portals. So it's like, what did he say that? And then all we saw was them getting in the plane and literally just flying there.
That's probably one of the reshoots to, like, you know, connect those two scenes. But going into the movie, I thought that was what his purpose was, to gather the mother boxes and open a portal to, you know, for Darkseid to come take over the Earth. Not that I expected Darkseid to show up in the movie, but, you know, that was just like what his plan was. But they're like they're a power source or something.
Yeah, but a power source for what? Exactly. This story. This had so many problems. It didn't detract from finally seeing this thing together, because I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing Aquaman talking to Wonder Woman, talking to Flash.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to get to the Flash. But everyone busy talking about her. I dig that. Their personalities.
Yeah.
I sort of dig that as well, because Batman was Batman. He was like,
he must do this. Lighthearted and
right.
Well, not necessarily jovial, but, you know, lighter and more humorous.
Yeah,
and
but even in the scene where Batman was like, we have to do this to bring back Clark, and that was like, it's too dangerous. Where Batman basically was saying, no, we have to do this because this is the only way we're going to defeat it. That is a Batman thing to do.
Yeah.
He has to get to the point. He's not like to beat around it, but he's like, say, this is what we need to do, so we have to do it. It's that simple. Deal with
the consequences after.
Right, exactly. So I dig that.
Yeah, I did like their camaraderie. I thought the actors played off of each other really well, and their banter with each other, especially like with Aquaman and Flash, specifically in that scene when, spoiler, he was sitting on Diana's lasso of truth, and he was like going around telling everybody like what their strengths were or whatever, and then he looked at Flash and was like, don't you dare say a word or something like that. I thought that was really funny. I like Aquaman and Flash's little dynamic together. I like the whole group dynamic. I like it works really well.
I didn't expect to like him. I'm very excited to see his movie.
I was a little annoyed watching the trailers that like he came off like such a surfer bro, cool dude, but it like worked.
But it worked because that is, well,
it's like Jason Momoa basically playing Jason Momoa.
Now, a lot of people have problems with that, but to me it was fine because that was like how he grew up, and then that short scene where he was talking to Mira, where he basically was like, you know.
I did not like the scene when he was talking to Mira. For the pure and simple fact that like half of that scene was an unnecessary exposition. It was a huge info dump. Like, we didn't need, not in Justice League, to hear about how his mother abandoned him and how his mother had a relationship with Mira and raised Mira, and he was upset because his mother raised Mira and not him. And like, we didn't need all that. We didn't need all that backstory. True. It was unnecessary. Like, why was that there?
I didn't mind it, but I can see why it would have been.
It slowed down. It slowed down the scene. It totally like it shot on the momentum of like everything that happened before. Like, they didn't need to have that long conversation. Like, what they said to each other in the beginning of that scene and at the end of the scene was all the dialogue that scene needed. Everything else in between was just. But it could have been more concise.
I guess they were more set on the fact that he isn't technically the king of Atlantis right now.
Well, yeah.
So it would have been weird for him to just be like, turn up there and say, "Hey, what's up?" and then he leaves. But then in the Aquaman movie, we realized that he isn't really the king of Atlantis, so that would be very awkward.
Yeah, that was the one. I guess it kind of info dumped for Cyborg as well, but it didn't feel like unnecessary exposition. Just like, you know, but that one scene, it was just like annoyed me how they literally stopped everything to explain his relationship with Mira and Mira's relationship with his mother and his relationship with his mother. Like, it just. I guess it was how it was done. I guess it was executed well because, again, I do believe they did an info dump for Cyborg as well. And that one just went by and I was like, okay, cool. It just, I don't know.
Speaking of Clark, The
Yeah.
Flash. I know the ladies love Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller's beautiful.
But,
I love Ezra Miller.
But oh Jesus. I like the Flash in the beginning. Like that whole scene between him and Batman. That was a cool scene. That scene could have been taken straight off the anime series. I think that scene. But after that, like his constant jokes and the mere fact he does not know how to run.
His run was so weird.
And at first, I tried to explain it in my head by saying maybe he just wasn't acting. But then it's like, who human runs like that anyway? Like, if you had to run.
His limbs look like all floppy and like flying all over the place. Like, nobody runs like that.
Like, no one runs like that.
It was just weird. I like the Flash, their interpretation of the Flash, the superhero, what his powers look like, how they work. Like, the Flash himself, I like. Barry, I don't. It's kind of annoying.
Sure.
Like, Ezra Miller just did not bring his A game with this movie in terms of his acting as Barry. Like, he's such a brilliant and talented actor.
I feel Joss Whedon added how much.
Yeah.
That's why. I like. Speaking of jokes, there were a lot of jokes.
And some of them didn't land.
A good set of them did not land at all.
Especially with the Flash.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, I mean, come on, DC. I think that's the main problem I have with DC. They know their comics. They know the history that they're coming from, but they're not utilizing it. Why not? Like, let's be honest. Who was more popular, DC or Marvel, when it came to anything animated? But even now,
DC.
Exactly.
I love DC's animated films. Like, I don't understand why they can't capture the magic that those animated films have and put it in the live action films.
Because they're aiming for Marvel, and they shouldn't be doing that. They should just be doing their own thing. They should be saying, okay, Marvel is making all its money, whatever, but we know our source material and we're gonna make our money.
And that's another thing too. Like, the one, like, I don't mind the lighthearted, more comical tone in Justice League. I enjoyed Justice League a lot. I enjoyed it way more than I did Thor Ragnarok.
I hear a lot of people say that.
But my thing is that by they're going more in that Marvel lighthearted comical direction, they're kind of losing their identity.
Yeah,
they're no longer. They don't have their. They no longer have their own like thing that separates them from Marvel.
Exactly.
From the Marvel films, which, I mean, this is other than Wonder Woman, which I thought was just fine. I didn't think it was like the excellent,
I thought it was great.
Thing. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was just okay.
But
like, other than this and Wonder Woman, I feel like Wonder Woman is a better made film. The filmmaking is better than Justice League, but Justice League I had more fun with.
You could follow what was happening.
Yeah, Justice League I had more fun with. I enjoyed watching it more. But like, other than the two, than Justice League and Wonder Woman, I did not like any of the other DC films. I will still always watch the DC films because, I still have faith that they'll get it right
someday,
and they're starting to go in that direction.
Are they?
But at least Wonder Woman, as long as they keep the team from Wonder Woman doing Wonder Woman, at least her little part in this wider franchise will be well done.
They need someone, like I said before, they need Nolan again. Alright, someone who's off.
Yeah, but Nolan was involved in Man of Steel, and Man of Steel.
He was already involved in Man of Steel.
Wasn't he a producer?
Executive producer, which is nothing.
Oh well, no.
Exactly.
No.
So,
no.
And even if he was a producer, even in Man of Steel, I still say Man of Steel was a pretty good movie. It wasn't groundbreaking in any regard, but when it came to like the way how they made his power set look, and the way how it showed that even though he was very much an overpowered character, how he still held back himself because he still sort of fitting in, I guess, in the real world, well, on Earth. But apart from Man of Steel, and apart from Wonder Woman, which to me, like I said, is still the best movie that they've made so far in this universe, it seems like they're struggling with their identity. They're struggling with utilizing the characters that they have right now to turn out a good story. Like, for example, you could literally sit down and say each and every single storyline from the Dark Knight trilogy. You can say what happened from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. You can't really do that with these movies. You can't really say the first thing you're gonna say is this happened and then.
But hasn't DC like done in a way with the whole cinematic universe, like there's standalone films and then the characters unite one.
Well,
like they're not exactly connected.
But that's still a cinematic universe, because whenever they come back to the group up movie, they are still going to bring whatever stuff they have from their movie into that movie. So,
I guess.
Like,
but like speaking of Superman's power, strength, being so OP. Yeah. Like the one thing, not the one thing, but like another thing in like as I was watching the movie that I just kind of was like about was that Wonder Woman is seemingly incredibly, or at least significantly weaker than he is, and aren't they supposed to be like comparable in the comics?
They nerfed her characters. Like she was significantly underpowered. That scene when Clark came back, she should be in the hand of her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that she is as strong as him, but when it comes to fighting, she is better than him at fighting.
Because she's trained for thousands of years. Right. He just punches hard.
Right. So I don't know why they underpowered her. Though to be fair, one can argue why did they bring back Clark in this movie? Because as soon as he came back, Stephen was done.
Yeah.
He was done. Like Clark barely did anything to him, and he won. And so it was like, so what was the point?
I honestly expected the final fight to be Clark, Diana, and Aquaman fighting Steppenwolf. Everybody else off doing something.
Right,
else.
That's why he thought it was gonna. But no,
but it was just Diana and Aquaman, which I'm glad it was Diana, because other than Clark, she's like the second most powerful person.
I am glad it was Aquaman, because that set his character to be pretty powerful, as he should be technically, since he is technically the king of the ocean. But
is he a demigod as well, or no?
Sort of.
Okay.
And his staff is supposed to up his power significantly, but they didn't really show that. Well, they showed that when he stopped the war.
Yeah, but I thought that was just all telekinesis, not really.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to have it. Okay. Mira's supposed to have all telekinesis.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they are just doing things because they can do them, because they happened in the comics. That whole thing with Superman dying,
yeah,
they did that because it happened in the comics.
You see, I feel like Superman dying came too soon in their universe.
Way too soon.
Because he only had one film. Right. And I mean, even introducing... What was the name of the thing again?
The thing.
The monster that killed him. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh God. Not Darkseid. Not Doomsday. There we go.
Right. Doomsday.
Right, go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. Right. Even bringing in Doomsday so early in the universe.
Which made no sense.
It was too early. Like, he only had one film. He was only in one film. Then, in his very next appearance in the universe, he died? I feel like they killed him off too soon. I feel like they introduced Doomsday too soon. They went back on the whole thing about there won't be kryptonite in this universe, and then they brought it in.
Which I didn't understand why they said that in the first place. I mean,
Zack Snyder said that.
But then why would you not have kryptonite? I mean, that's like saying
because Superman is overpowered as all hell.
Yeah, but
he must have no weaknesses in this universe. Apparently,
it seems to me that DC is scared of making their movies more OP than, let's say, Marvel. Because let's be honest, DC would wreck Marvel when it comes to power structure.
I wouldn't know. I'll trust your judgment.
Yeah, no, but it's a known fact. Like, if you compare the teams, compare Justice League team, the core members. Let's say the 5 members.
In the films or in the
period. Uh-huh. But you can say the films. The 5 members of Justice League are the 6.
6.
Right, the 6 members of Justice League compared to the main core members of Marvel.
Well, yeah,
they would get wrecked
because Marvel's team has a lot of just normal human people.
Exactly. Marvel is humans. DC is gods. Literal gods.
Yeah.
Right? So it seems to me that they're scared of in the first Superman movie, as I said before, he he fought. Who he fought now? That day.
Zod.
He fought Zod, right? They leveled the city, right? If they are scared of doing that again, and people complaining that they're just destroying the city,
just don't have it in the city.
Don't have it in the city. Take it in the middle of nowhere. Take it on another planet. This is DC.
On the moon.
That's what we do. We go to other planets, other worlds, and we fight there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't understand. Like, DC characters are overpowered to hell. Like, even like the weakest of DC characters are overpowered. Like,
Fair enough.
So it's like, I don't know what I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know who we haven't talked about yet?
What?
Cyborg.
Cyborg was cool. People were complaining about his CGI. To me, I was like, whatever.
His CGI wasn't great.
His acting overpowered whatever lack of CGI he had.
Honestly, for me, Cyborg was so forgettable.
He was not.
I mean, like, as I was watching the movie, I liked him, but like afterward, he was just
his
he didn't leave an impression on me.
I think he's a theater actor. He came from the theater or something.
I have no idea.
I think he came from the theater, and it showed. Like, he was emotional when he needed to be. He was trying to. You could tell that he was trying to deal with like his newfound intelligence, and he wasn't sure. Like that scene where he was basically saying every time he goes to sleep, he wakes up without it.
Yeah.
Normally, a human being would not be able to handle that, but you can see he was just coming to grips. He's like, whatever is going to happen, we can just roll with it.
I did like his dynamic with Diana though.
Exactly.
Like it was an interesting. I guess.
Right.
Their little dynamic is like he's their Hulk and she's their Black Widow, whatever. She's being like the only woman.
I won't go that.
But
she,
well, maybe not so much. But like taking it in the direction where she was like more of like a motherly, nurturing figure to him,
because
was interesting.
She's accustomed to fighting. He is not. She's accustomed to being on a god level, while he basically, it was a mistake for him.
Yeah.
So she was just trying. But it was cool. I like that.
Yeah, but Diana, well, from her film, I can't even say from the beginning because she wasn't so much. That wasn't really her personality in Man of Steel, but like for her film, that's kind of what she is. She's like kind, she's nurturing, you know. Yeah, and it kind of in more or less went back with her characterization in Wonder Woman. But I thought that was an interesting direction to take with her and Cyborg's dynamic. She's old enough to be his like many times over great grandmother anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Like he's fine. Like every other new character. Well, pretty much only Flash and Aquaman really. Like after watching Justice League, I was more excited to see their films, to see what they would do with their films. I feel like it set up their films without it being like really obvious, like that's what they were doing, like how in Age of Ultron, that whole scene with Thor in the pool and seeing the Infinity Stones, you know, like people complain about that because it's so obvious, like set up for Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War, although like, you know, his journey for the Infinity Stones, Thor's, I mean, you didn't see in Ragnarok, but
this movie didn't feel like it was set up anything. It felt at the end, that little like end credit scene,
right? But that's my point. Like they set up Aquaman's and Flash. Well, not necessarily set up their films, and set up their characters in a way that you want to see more of them.
But they didn't set up in next Justice League movie. That's the weird thing.
Oh yeah,
Avengers set up in next Avengers most times, but this didn't do anything close to that.
Well, they kind of did set up the next Justice League with the post-credit scene with Lex and
but okay, let's put it this way. At the end of Avengers, we all said, how will they explain why these characters are never fighting again in the next movie? So how we were saying, how is there another Iron Man movie after Avengers when we know if he needed help, he would just call for it?
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, I didn't think that. I didn't think this is going to be an Aquaman movie. Why would he not call for help?
Fair enough.
Which I think it may be good and bad because like the characters can pretty much hide them themselves because like I said, they're pretty much gods. Yeah. So, you know, it's whatever.
Well, maybe. Well, it for me, it didn't really set up. I didn't really use set up very loosely because it didn't introduce any. Well, except maybe in the case of Flash, any threads for where the stories for those characters would go. Except for Flash, and I will say because in the scene with him, they talked about how his mother's dead and how he feels about that, and his father's in prison, and like I think it was at the end, like how he got the job at like Star Labs, whatever. Like even just watching the TV show, if you weren't familiar with comics before, then you know how much of an impact his mother's death had on him, and that, you know, that's the whole impetus for Flashpoint. So like it kind of made me understand why his first movie is Flashpoint and not an origin story, because they already said in Justice League his mother's dead. His mother's death, they didn't really stress how important his mother's death was to him, but like, you know, the Flash, you know, his it kind of like set it up a little bit, his movie for me.
Even then, they could have easily,
not like a huge like setup, but you know.
So I guess that's it. That's all I think of it. For me, I would give it a 7 out of 10, and that is being sort of generous. That 7 out of 10 is more for the characters. I enjoyed seeing the characters on screen. I enjoyed the interactions. Flash was annoying, but his power set was cool. The fights. The best fight. What was your scene? What was your best fight scene?
The second scene in the entire movie when Diana was in the bank. Just for the part when she like was stopping the bullets from an automatic weapon with her bracelets, gauntlets, whatever you want to call them, which to me means she has to be pretty capable of moving fairly fast to have been able to do that. And it did look like how they portrayed it on screen, like she was using some form of super speed, which is that one of her powers in the comic?
Well, no, she's supposed to be fast. So
okay, because I feel like
she's
they didn't
supposed to fly, bitch. I don't think she did.
Yeah, because I don't recall them doing anything about her being fast in her film or in Batman versus Superman. Like, I guess you could count her like leaping towards Doomsday as like her being fast, but like she, you know, pushed herself off of them. She wasn't like running or anything, so it would like make sense given how powerful she is that if she like pushes off of something into a leap, that she would go towards the target fairly quickly. But I just found that so interesting that she was fast, but I suppose she's not, because she's, you know,
she's
significantly slower. Sorry, not slower, significantly less powerful than Superman, that she wouldn't be as fast as him.
But she's
either. But I just love that one part of her blocking the bullets from the automatic weapon with her bracelets. That was the high point of the action sequence.
I myself preferred the scene on the mascara. I didn't like how they changed.
Oh yes, that was very good too.
I didn't like how they changed their outfits. It didn't distract me, but I was like, why are they like showing so much more
skin now?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense. And like people, like when the photo came out on Instagram or wherever it was on social media that the photo came out, and then people were complaining about it. People were saying, okay, let's wait until we see the movie to see like if there's a reason why they're more scantily clad in this one. And there isn't. Like, some people were theorizing, okay, maybe they're not warriors, although all of the Amazons are warriors.
They are warriors, period.
Yeah, like maybe they're not like, you know, warriors. Maybe they're just like leisurely something. And it's like, no, I thought those were the women that were in.
You would think that they would be wearing more armor.
Yeah, and they were the people who were protecting the mother box.
Right.
And the fact that the other Amazons, especially the ones that we saw before, like her mother in Wonder Woman, were still wearing, if not the same, very similar costumes that they were in Wonder Woman. Like the majority of the Amazons we saw on screen had the same costume design or similar costume design as the ones in Wonder Woman. So for these ones to look so different, it was just weird and distracting. Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. Like, why do they all dress differently?
Budget cutbacks, that's what it was.
Maybe, but you know, like I read somewhere, I can't remember whose commentary on the whole thing it was. Like, it really showed the difference between a film with a female lead and a largely female cast being directed by a woman versus by a man.
But I enjoy the scene. I always enjoy seeing good choreographed fight scenes.
Yeah, I like how they kept passing the mother box. I mean, it made no difference because Steppenwolf just like caught up with them every single time.
They tried. Yeah, they were good. It was clear that they knew what they were doing. Yeah. That's what they trained for. Yeah. So and that's probably
their contingency plan from like the beginning. Yeah.
So
that was a really nice scene. I like that scene. Like I did. seeing Superman beat up Steppenwolf was kind of enjoyable also.
Not for me.
But that didn't. I mean,
as soon as he threw that first punch, it was clear who was the daddy. It was over.
That's why it was fun, because he just kicked his ass so concisely, just like, yeah, of course he did. It was kind of fun. But my thing was like how that final battle ended. It was kind of anticlimactic, because it was just like, okay, he's scared now. Like every single parademon he controls, no matter how far away they were, just like came and flocked to him and like ate
but
him. Like they didn't actually really defeat him. He kind of fled.
But you know,
which I guess makes sense because he was afraid. But
if you know it ain't finishing up, it kind of begs the question: does that mean that Doomsday is stronger than Steppenwolf?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
That is weird. Like, why would that?
Well, Steppenwolf is not Steppenwolf. Sorry, Doomsday was partially made from Zod's body, so he would have been part kryptonite. So he would have been his strength would have been comparable with Superman's, because he's technically Kryptonian as well.
But Steppenwolf is the son of Darkseid, or the uncle in this universe.
I can't even remember.
I can't remember what the family is in this universe.
Yeah,
but I know he's either the son or he's the uncle.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me that Steppenwolf is like nowhere near the strength of Doomsday? Like
maybe
nowhere near. Like nowhere near.
Honestly, I was a little surprised that Superman gave him such a royal, decisive beating.
Right, it was like no effort on his part. Like none.
But it was still fun. I would think that Steppenwolf would have put up more.
He didn't put anything. He did nothing.
I don't know. Steppenwolf, I guess, is a side effect of his lack of characterization of doing anything, of like him being a weak villain is like another side effect of him trying to marvelize the DC cinematic universe. I don't know, like Steppenwolf left no impression on me, and it's such a waste of an actor who was like Mance Rayder on Game of Thrones.
He was Steppenwolf?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's very odd.
Like, because he was so good as Mance. I really enjoyed him on Game of Thrones. He wasn't given much to work with. He wasn't given much to do other than just, voice the character, and even then it wasn't really his voice. It was like, edited, and I don't know.
Well, I guess that's our basic thoughts on Justice League. It was fun.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
It was enjoyable. The universe needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
I hope going forward that they learn to bring some form of the story.
I am surprised I had more fun with Justice League than I did with Thor Ragnarok. I am, because like going into Thor Ragnarok, you heard all this praise for it and yada yada yada, and then I came out to Thor Ragnarok at the end. I was just like, okay, it happened, it's over. I saw it.
He got no powers. I was glad, although I didn't really watch it, but I found out that he got no power set. I was glad, because that was for me the most annoying thing about Thor.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't use lightning, like really. He could call it to his hammer.
Yeah.
But other than that,
he didn't make his own.
There was no like Street Fighter scene where his eyes would light up. There was none of that.
Yeah.
So, it was fine.
Yeah, but I don't know. Thor Ragnarok it was well made, but I guess it's kind of similar to how I feel about Wonder Woman. It was well made, but it just didn't move me.
I love Wonder Woman.
Didn't move me. Like, it was weird. I was like, because while I was watching Justice League, I was like waiting for the moment when it would just be garbage, and it never came. Because like the opening scene, I love the opening scene with Batman fighting the Parademon. I felt that was a really strong opening. I loved it. I was like,
out of the animation.
I was in love from that first scene. I loved that first scene, and I was just waiting for like the moment when, okay, it's a DCCU or DCEU, whatever you want to call it, film. There's always a moment. You can't really judge it from the beginning. Although if it's like really terrible, you can judge it from the beginning. But like, there's gonna be a moment when it just turns to garbage, and I will hate it. And it just never happened.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It was fun.
Because I
hate the 3D. I don't know why these movies they keep. Like, I mean, come on now. It's really just a money grab now.
Yeah.
Because nothing, like, I mean...
Raise ticket prices. I don't know.
Well, so that's our thoughts on
the Infinity War trailer and Justice League.
Yes. So what we'll be talking about next? I'm assuming Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is the next big thing.
Yes, it'll make a ton of money.
It will.
What are your predictions for that movie?
I have none because I'm avoiding all trailers for Last Jedi.
I've avoided all trailers.
Just because Ryan Johnson said that first trailer has spoilers in it, I was like, nope, I don't want any spoilers.
But most trailers nowadays have spoilers. But that's what But for me, predicting, I've seen no trailers. But I have a distinct feeling someone that we know will go to the dark side. Someone. Be it Princess Leia, be it Rey, be it Luke. I bet someone will go to the dark side.
Maybe. Or maybe someone from the dark side will come.
Dang happen.
No.
Someone is gonna go either dark or go like in the middle ground. From the comics, I hear this and call it
a Grey Jedi.
Yeah,
I heard about that. I don't know. I never really thought about that. People seem to have this theory that Rey will go to the dark side.
She's not my favorite.
I'm not so sure.
I'm not really a fan. She's too
perfect.
Yeah, way too perfect. Like that first movie, not we're not talking about, but that first movie, it was like, could she really do nothing wrong? Like nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
That was really
She's the magical Force Messiah.
She's the chosen
immaculate conception. Although she apparently has parents. So.
But does she? Because there are many theories going around that are saying that maybe she's a clone.
Of who? Luke?
Yeah.
Where would they have done? Where would they have gone?
But we have the Clone Wars and we have people make.
Oh yeah.
Basically, that whole dark side, not the dark side, but you know.
The Empire?
Right. Good.
And I know the First Order.
Right. So the Empire. We know that most of their army is full of clones.
Well, it used to be. Now they have actual human people.
Yeah, but I still feel it's still part of us. Because they're not like the best people in the world. So
True.
I could see Rey being a clone of somebody. Or
maybe
spliced together. That would make a lot of sense because she said her parents left her there. Those people were actually her parents.
I did see a theory that it wasn't her parents that left her there. Because Kylo Ren has said, this might have been Grace again actually, because Kylo Ren did say in The Force Awakens that he knew her before, and maybe
someone.
maybe her parents were part of the people that Luke was training with Kylo Ren, and because he killed everybody, Luke took her and hid her on what was the name of the planet she was on? Was it Jakku or was it Jakku?
You can't say Philip for
now. Philip.
Yeah.
And like he took her there to keep her away from Kylo Ren because he was like killing everybody. But apparently her whole this new trilogy is still part of the Skywalker story, so maybe she is, unless the exploration of the Skywalkers is through Kylo Ren and not Rey. But I would think that since it's part of the Skywalker trilogy of trilogies, that she would be a Skywalker somehow. Even if she's not Luke, some people think she's Leia's daughter and like she and Kylo Ren are brother and sister or something. But I am avoiding every and all trailers for this film. I'm not even looking at the like behind the scenes, like nothing. I'm going fresh. I'm going clean. And I'm surprised I kind of like I'm going this far for Star Wars. I was never a big Star Wars person. Like ever. And then I guess it was because of The Force Awakens, even though I didn't like think that was ever so great. I thought it was just okay. That was just okay. And I only ever saw like the older Star Wars films, meaning the first 6, like once each.
I see.
So like I was never like a big Star Wars person, but then like all the trailers for The Force Awakens and all the promotional videos and materials and all that like got me hyped for something that I didn't really care about to begin with. And now it's like full circle again, getting another Skywalker trilogy film, and yeah, I haven't like seen any promotional stuff, but I'm still kind of hyped for it.
True. Well, that's it for today. This has been the Popdown Podcast. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed it. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content just like this.